It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 54 of the Secondary Heroes podcast. This week, we check out the top pops of New York Toy Fair 2020. This is your host, Trevor, and joining me as usual is...
Hey, guys, it's Prague.
This is Josh.
Meet me in the schoolyard. I'll beat you all in Foursquare. This is DeLorean Wolfgang.
And this week, we have a special guest joining us.
Oh, hi, guys. Top Pops here.
Top Pops, welcome. Welcome to the Secondary Heroes podcast, bud.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I was doing some pop putting earlier. I don't know. It's fun though. It's good. I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I know that we had a little bit of a long not intro but pre-show, so just so you could kind of get an idea of what kind of personalities we are. So
It's only about 5 hours long.
Help.
Sorry about that.
All good. All good.
Thank you for
pushing
flying.
midnight where you are, which we do apologize.
No, it's fine. It's good. I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
So for the folks at home, let everyone know where you are from, sir.
So, in terms of place in the world,
or mental space, if you're having
Yeah.
an
What's
No,
the
I don't know.
alternative?
Wherever you would be. I'm from Canada. I live near Niagara Falls. In case you guys are wondering, it's really cool for people that come, but for me that sees it every day, it's I guess it loses its shine. I guess you could
that
say.
water falls every day. I've seen it before.
Some days they shut it off. They do shut it off sometimes.
Do they what? They
Yeah,
shut
during the winter they do shut it off. If it gets too cold, I think it is, or if they need to do maintenance on it. I don't know. I guess they can do maintenance on a waterfall.
Hold on.
Wow.
Is this for real?
I'm not kidding. They do shut it off. It might not be for the maintenance thing, but I have seen sometimes there's
I
a.
don't know if I believe this.
Alex
anymore.
is.
I'm literally
is in
losing
shock
my
now.
mind. If you're being like serious,
No,
right
when
now.
it
Don't you
freezes,
think they just have a dam above it? And they just seal it off?
No, they do shut it off sometimes. I don't know what for. Now that I said this, I shouldn't have said. Don't fact check me on that. But I do know they shut it off sometimes. Yes, they do.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Are
I've
there any
never
like
heard
secret
of that.
caves that like exist when they turn out the falls? Like, ooh, look at that.
I'm pretty sure
That's
you
when
can.
all the dead bodies, they just like to cull them
wow.
once a year.
Just
Oh, wow.
bring them out.
Way to be more.
Yeah.
I'm super interested in the science behind this. We're about to talk pops, but I don't know. I'm kind of interested in the Niagara
I know,
Falls.
now
Yeah, this is our
wait a
Niagara
second, what's
Falls
happening
podcast.
This
We
is
could talk
fascinating.
about-
Actually,
talk about
if anybody's
Wonderfall.
out there who listens, please
Wonder
at
Falls is
me because
outstanding.
I want to know more about this. This is very interesting.
And could somebody fact check me on that? Because I don't know if it's for maintenance, but I know they do shut it off sometimes. I know that for
That
a
is
fact.
fascinating because the only reason why I find that to be so fascinating is that is a lot of water. That is like
Yeah,
so much water.
That's
It's crazy.
for sure. I don't know how they do it. I've never really looked into it, but I know they have done it sometimes because I've driven past it where there's no water falling. So
They did it once in
That is so
1969.
that's it.
Ew.
He just said that he's driven past it, and I don't think he was alive
No.
in 1960.
No. I'm sure they've done it more than that. Maybe it was the ice freezing over when I saw it, and then somebody just told me. But I know for a fact they've shut it off.
That is fascinating. Hey, if you like what you're hearing, check us out over on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now YouTube at Secondary Heroes on all those. Don't forget to check us out over on Mixer.com/Secondary Heroes every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, where we team up to achieve that second place victory in whatever game we choose.
Ooh, breathe.
If you haven't already, please rate and review our podcast over on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. God, we are everywhere that podcasts are pretty much podcasting. So check us out. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hey, if you have any questions too, we've got an email, podcast@secondaryheroes.com. We do check it from time to time, so we look forward to see what you guys have to say. Anyways, let's get back to the show.
Back to the show. Yeah, I'm looking at Google. It seems like only that one time.
Was it?
Yeah, weird.
Okay.
1969, and surprisingly, not that many corpses were found.
Does it say why they shut it off?
Engineers, for a reason, had to turn it off. I forget why. Maintenance or something somewhere on it.
Weird. So they
Still
do
don't
maintenance on it.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
doo-doo. No, they said to study
love that
the
we jumped right back into this conversation.
study the
Yeah.
effects of rock falls and the flowing of water. For
That's
some
when you know
reason.
you're old. You're fascinated.
Yeah, I'm old. This is great.
Fascinated by
It's
fun
great.
nature facts.
It's
Hey,
pretty interesting.
Facts. Anyways,
Did
thank
go
you for
YouTube.
joining us, Tristan, and
Yeah, no
congratulations on getting your 200 200,000th follower on YouTube. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
200,000, man. That has to be overwhelming.
I can't count that high.
I mean, it is. You know what the funny thing is, though? You got to put it into perspective how many 200,000 is. I can't fathom it. But that's like bigger than what's the biggest like football stadium or something like that? That holds like what, 50,000? 60,000, like something like that.
80 something maybe over.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, 100. So there you go, 100,000 there. But
the biggest stadiums, yeah.
Well, it's in USC, the Rose Bowl. I think they have the largest count, don't they?
About 100 or 90 something. Yeah.
Yes,
I think they're the largest, and that's insane seeing that.
Yeah, double it.
Yeah, double that, and that's who's watching you on a daily basis.
Wow,
that's crazy. Yeah. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, it is crazy.
Watching
you. And then speaking of which, where can everyone find you specifically?
Oh, of course. Okay, so my main platform is YouTube. If you search up Top Pops, I do come up. But we also have like Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to use. I don't use it too often. I probably should use it more. And then we have just jumped on TikTok as well. Smart on there. I know. It's been fun for sure. I mean, I don't know.
I think that's our next avenue that we're going to be looking into as well. So
yeah, listeners, let us know what you want to see on TikTok from us.
Well, and we're so old. We don't know how to work these things.
Is it like a clock? Does it measure time?
Yeah, very cool.
I don't know how these work. Just kidding. Cool. I've definitely watched your videos before. They're a lot of fun. You're very high energy. I like that you go out to the different stores. I think that's what people really like about your show on YouTube is that you actually go out to stores and you're like, this is what people like to do themselves. And sometimes maybe they don't get the chance to. Maybe they don't have the number of stores available in their area. They're part of the world. So it's like a good.
There's the coronavirus. There's all kinds of reasons not to.
Any reason for not.
I like how I got it in. Pre-show, you said we're not gonna mention coronavirus at all. Got it. Here we are.
Do not mention this at all. Oh, by the way, coronavirus. Right at the top of the show. But no, it's a lot of fun to see you go out there and kind of do what we like to do. Like that's why we like chases so much, is you're out there, doing the chase on your show.
Thanks.
So my kind of question that I want to start off with is, how do you decide like what your content is going to be when you first started? Was it always just going to be just going to the stores, or was it going to be a mix of you at home unboxing as well as pop hunting?
Well, when we first started, I mean, we didn't have as much funds as we do now to do the videos. So we would really we had one shelf sitting in my room just over there. I mean, I now have my own space where I can do my videos, but we used to do it where it was just the one shelf. It'd be my brother and I. We found chairs around the house. We set up an old camera that my mom had, and we just kind of filmed whatever the one figure was we picked up that week, or if we had an old one on the shelf or something like that, we'd review it. So, I mean, it started with us just kind of showing off our collection for fun, and then it slowly snowballed into, I guess, this bigger channel that we do now.
Sure.
Fantastic. Actually, I'm looking at your channel right now, and I can see that one of your top videos is close to pushing 1 million views. That is absolutely bonkers, man.
It's
territory. Holy cow.
Thank you. And the weird part is it's only just a random. Was it a random? I think it was a top 5 of 2018. I think it was.
It's a top 10 most expensive Funko Pops of 2018.
I think that was the first one I watched of yours as well.
Yeah, and it's what your thumbnail has Jeffrey from Toys R Us with the $100 plus.
That was right around when Toys R Us was closing. So I think the pop's gone down now, but with that video being there, I guess it's kind of like a time capsule to find out what the pops were worth at that time. So it's kind of cool to go back and see those for sure.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's very cool. And I see you have like a lot of Fortnite type of posting. Now, do you play Fortnite, or do you do that because you kind of know that that's a hot topic on YouTube?
Well, when they first came out, actually, I'm gonna be honest. I put this out there. I live streamed me playing Fortnite once, and that's the only time I've ever played it.
That's funny because two of your top ones are Fortnite related.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Fortnite. I guess I don't really play too many games. The only game that I really play is Minecraft, and I have most of those figures. But they always seem to make new Fortnite ones, and those ones do well. So I mean, I like the figures. They're detailed. They're different, and the videos do well. So I like to get as many as possible. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, there's a lot of things that you might not be into necessarily, but you might like the designs. I think a lot of people do like the designs of Fortnite characters.
Yeah, for sure.
That helps.
So
That's right.
So when you go out hunting, I mean, are you hunting for specifics, or do you just buy when, like, if you see something that you know you don't have in your collection, do you just go out there and just buy it, or what? Yeah,
It's both. Now the way I've done it is kind of different. So I used to do it like that, where I would just go out and pick up whatever.
Right.
But now with me pre-ordering stuff at GameStop, I do this a lot. It's really helpful to like kind of schedule my videos and figure it out. So whenever they come in, I either, get a call, or I kind of know what's coming out that week from asking prior weeks. So we kind of like to figure out what's coming out. So maybe if the new, say, Black Widow ones, right, are coming out, I'll have them pre-ordered. I go to the store, I can pick up the whole set because I've got them pre-ordered, and then we can do a bigger video instead of me just trying to like look for each character.
Right, like,
store.
oh gosh, is it behind this pop, or is it behind that one? Or
Of course, yeah.
Because like you're saying, you make it a lot more casual and easier for you to just go out there and enjoy your time being out there, not having to like stress, say, oh, where's this pop at?
Yeah.
Well,
some people
honestly-
like to see. Pardon? Oh, sorry.
No,
Some people
I was
like
just
to
gonna
see the whole.
This is good
Continue.
stuff.
Okay. Some people like to see the whole chaos of me hunting, but it is nice to have the ease of just being able to find the figure instead of having to go to like Target, Walmart, GameStop, all the different places. It's nice to just find them all in one place and have them there for me. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, I was gonna say it's more scripted that way. And I feel like you can have a more cohesive video rather than like, okay, here I am just wandering around Target for an hour. How am I gonna edit this?
And going to 10 different Targets.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
Which could be a waste of time and not as fun to edit. Would be my guess. So, anyways, but so now you also do a lot of the unboxing and unveiling. I know recently you had the whole soda lineup that was new with Funko, which I think a lot of people are really responding to, and that was a lot of fun. What did you end up getting when you got those?
For the soda figures, well, actually, we opened up 4 of them. There hasn't really been too many stores around here that get them in. So I have some friends that live close to the HQ that help me. They purchase them and then ship them to me. So it's easier for me to do reviews on them earlier. We opened up 4 of them. I believe it was Skeletor, Frankenberry. I can't remember all of them. Frankenberry. And then there was 2 other ones as well. Fred Flintstone. And then, Grape Ape. And surprisingly, out of the 4 of them, we got 2 chases. So it was a great video.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I brought this up, and since you're an unboxing kind of guy, I did get a Funko soda.
Oh, you did?
In the mail today.
Ooh.
So,
this is an exclusive, folks.
For those
This
of
is
you
for our
who are not
YouTube
watching
feed,
this
so
on
hopefully we
YouTube,
can describe it for those who aren't watching on YouTube.
so for those of you who are not, this is a Crusader Rabbit, which is a character that I'm not familiar with. I think a lot of us aren't because it's an old. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Like this, I don't know when this came out.
This is before Prague time. This is one of the first cards. This is like before
BP
Steamboat Willie
era.
type of character.
Stone Age.
But I really liked the way it was designed. I saw a lot of people opening these up, and I'm like, wow, that's a great figure. I really like it. So I ordered one off Amazon because you can't find them anywhere in America. Like they're not in stores.
No.
But so I ordered one from there. So I'm gonna open this up right now and let's see what I get in the Crusader Rabbit. I'm not gonna open up all the way. I'm just gonna pop the top pops here.
Well, take your time for our listeners.
Hold on, hold on.
Describe it. We need some color commentary here, Prague.
Sprinkle it on the microphone here. Some ASMR, some Funko ASMR for you.
Oh no! Please don't ASMR us.
Don't. All right.
Right now, he is
It
opening the
is
rabbit
the-
that came out of the can.
Chase.
It is the chase, I believe. No, it's not the
Oh.
Oh man, I saw the black bag and I'm like, no, that's okay.
Failure to launch.
You know what? Just to hold it up so people can see on the camera too, man.
I had to unwrap it.
There we
It's
go.
pretty good.
That
There
is
we go.
that is a cool looking figure.
The main
It actually give it some black spots and it'll look just like my dog Indy.
Aw, there you go.
Very
So,
cute.
folks, and it also comes with a pog. For those who remember what pogs are from back in the day, comes with
That's a big pog. Pogs aren't that big.
they weren't that. That's true. So, anyways, that probably wasn't as exciting as one of your unboxings, but I did my
No,
best.
it was good. It was good.
Well, hey, it's the training. It's the training.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving it a whirl. Later on down the road, you're gonna get 200,000 viewers, and you'll be
years.
going secondary heroes. Who?
Then I have to start getting Botox, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
You are of that age.
So I am of that age. God, I'm old. Anyway, let's move on.
Since we're talking about
Yes,
Funko
here.
soda figures and all that, I mean, we got to talk about New York Toy Fair. That's one of the reasons we had you on. You were actually there.
Oh, I was. You're right.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so Toy Fair. Well, like we talked about in the pre-show, Toy Fair is a lot different from New York Comic Con. Even though they're at the same venue, they're very different in the way that there's about 1/10 of the amount of people there, and everybody there is in suits, and they're like doing big deals, like trying to order all these figures and stuff like that. Then I just come in with my little camera, and I'm there to show off all the pops close up. Like I pretty much only go for Funko. I went for a couple other things as well. I mean, we stopped by the Fig Pin booth. We stopped by Miss Mindy. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Funko stuff was great though. It's great to see stuff, get hands-on close-ups of everything. But I mean, some stuff isn't even there, right? Because it's so early, and they're just kind of like showing off like the concept arts. But it's really cool to see. Yeah, it is, but it's really cool to see everything close up. I think the best thing was the Pop album because they showed it off while it was there. It was very early.
Yeah,
yes,
cool.
And the Pop candy as well. That was neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, a lot of really great stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think of my favorite thing that I saw there in person. I mean, I mentioned it again, but it probably has to be the Pop album. I know it wasn't finished or anything like that, but for it being, I believe, $15.99, I think it was for the price point, isn't bad at all for a figure like that. So I think it's a great deal.
Oh, so unique concept too, because I like the idea that you can hang it on the wall, which is what Sully was saying in the video. That would be fantastic. I love album artwork. You know, back in my days, it was all about album artwork because we had records. So it'll be great to see.
They're making a comeback though.
Yeah,
Vinyl's so in.
hard.
The more hipster you are, the more vinyls you have. It's a direct connection.
Yes. It's good to be old. Yeah, I'm really excited about those too. The candy is an interesting concept for sure as well. But I think it's kind of cool that you got to see the ceramic protos, the really heavy painted protos, which I've not had a chance to ever see. So that's kind of fun. Feels like it's probably a little bit. I bet you the paint probably looks better on those than they do on a vinyl mass-produced product.
They usually do, yeah.
Nice.
Well, and I see here on your page that you actually got to do a lot of collabs with like Box Attack and even Funko. You got interviewed by Sully, which was pretty cool. I mean, do you kind of feel like a bit of a celebrity when you go to places like this? When you go to cons or really when you go out to your local stores, do people go, "Oh my God, that's
or they just go, oh, that's just Tristan again."
I mean, in terms of people that work places, I know most of them because I'm there so often. But every once in a while, because here's the thing, I'm going to places that have Funko Pops. There's bound to be one or two people that see it and we're like, oh, hey, I know who you are. But like usually when I'm going to random places, it's not people recognizing me. Like nobody knows who I am when I go to the grocery store. But I mean, if I go to say like GameStop and I'm in the Pop section and then there's a guy standing next to me also looking at a Pop, they might say hi. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's nice to see somebody and say hi.
That's awesome. It's always fun to be recognized. I think that's like the coolest feeling. Yeah.
It is neat sometimes.
It is. Yeah, you should have gone down to YouTube Playlist Live or whatever it's called down there in Florida. Gotten autographs with people. That'd been kind of fun. Someday we will be down there. You never know.
Now, do you collab a lot with other collectors?
Not as often as I'd like to. Like usually, what I'll do for a collab is like I'll have my friends on, more so because they're more readily available. I can kind of just call them and they can come over. But when it comes to like collaborations, usually when we go to a convention or something like that, I like to try to do at least one thing, like with Box Attack and us at New York Comic Con. Or we did a giant one where we got as many Funko YouTubers as possible to open up mystery boxes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That was fun. I think we had like maybe 5 or 6 people on there, so that was fun. But yeah, not as much as I'd like to, because it's sometimes hard to get a hold of people as well.
We know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. But it sounds like it was a lot of fun. Definitely interesting. I'd be weirded out going there, but like I would enjoy it, but like not be able to buy anything would be kind of frustrating, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a different feel to it.
Wait, so at Toy Fair, you actually can't buy anything?
Well, some booths will give you like if it's for like press, or if you're thinking of purchasing, say, 1,000 of them or something like that for your store, they'll give you like one sample maybe. But Funko doesn't do that too much.
Okay.
They'll give you the catalog, and then you can order. Actually, the catalog was online this year.
Yeah, digital catalog.
I was kind of sad about that. I wanted the catalog, but I'm okay with it. I mean, either way, I get to see the figures. But yeah, sometimes they'll give you like one free thing. Like, what did I get? Bandai. They gave me their. What was it? It was their Pac-Man Tamagotchi that comes out, I guess, in March. So I got.
Oh, dude! I used to play with Tamagotchis when I was a kid. Oh,
Tamagotchi is the best.
I used to love those things.
And it's a Pac-Man one. Nice.
Yeah, so I guess they're like adding like different Pac-Man things to it. So like the food is cherries and stuff like that. So it's different.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of dig when they try to bring things like that, because like for like people my age were, becoming parents or already parents and stuff like that, and you can kind of go to your kid and be like, oh, hey, I used to play with this when I was a kid, and then it gets them going, and it's just really neat. I dig that stuff.
Yeah,
but Bandai, and I love Bandai. Bandai, what they do with like Power Rangers stuff, oh, it's fantastic. They've got some top.
I think they had some of their Power Rangers out.
Really?
I'm trying to think. I think they had some of the. Now I don't know if no, that might have been last year. I think this year they had a lot of the anime stuff. They had Naruto and Dragon Ball Z out. I'm trying to think if they had Power Ranger stuff. They might have.
Yeah, because
I remember.
When it comes down to the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, man, I'm a borderline obsessive about it. I love it.
Yes, a little bit.
I actually just bought the Bandai helmet, the White Ranger helmet.
Ooh,
so I'm
nice.
pretty excited about
Sweet.
that. Anyway, sorry. Let's continue on.
So so Tristan, what are your kind of big fandoms that you kind of collect?
In terms of pops, I'm a big fan of like the ad icons, which are great.
Nice.
I'm trying to get every one of those. That's a tough line to collect, but like usually when I go to a convention, I'll get like one or two of the more like like $50 to $100 ones, and then as they come out. Maybe I get like a lot of the new icons line is one that I've really been kind of collecting as much as possible. Of course, I missed the ones from the Toronto ROM, the Royal Ontario Museum. They had the two Kirk Hammett ones. Those ones are like $500 now for the pair. So that's the tough one.
Yeah.
But it was such a random drop too. So I was like, I lived close enough that I could drive, but then we were away at the time. It just didn't work out.
Oh, darn.
What else is another Star Wars is a big one that I do, as well as like DC and Marvel. But that's pretty much it. I mean, like the main lines that they make a lot of figures of, I like to make a lot of them.
Is there like an ad icon that hasn't been made yet? They'd be like, why aren't they making this? I would love to see it. Or do you think they've exhausted it already for you?
Well, I don't think they've exhausted it. I'm always excited when they make new ones. Like Milton the Toaster was great. But I would say one that I think they should make is the A&W Bear. I don't know if you guys know that one.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They actually have a Wacky Wobbler of it as well, so I feel like they could make it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they would, but it would be cool.
Shout out to A&W Root Beer, who in the 80s launched a third-pound burger to compete with McDonald's quarter-pound burger, and most Americans thought that was less meat, and they're like, why would I buy one of third rather than one of four? And so that fails, and that's why there's hardly any A&W's around anymore.
Really? I think I heard this story before.
But not on the podcast.
Not on the podcast.
I heard that story, though. I'm like, wait a second. This sounds familiar.
I know this story.
I'm actually looking around at my collection. I'm like, geez, I actually have a bunch of ad icons. I didn't realize.
Yeah, ad icons are great. There's so much fun, like that.
I agree.
The thing though, like a lot of design work goes into those too, because they have to be on advertisements everywhere. So of course they're going to make a great pop design.
And what's your top? Sure. What would be your top ad icon if you were,
I thought you were going to say your top pop. I mean,
Yes,
you set it up. And you just stumbled.
Well, that's why we're the secondary here.
Low hanging fruit right there, man.
Yep.
What would mine be in terms, like the one that I really want the most for them to make, or like for me to purchase?
No, the one you already have. Or
out of what they've already made, even if you already own it.
I don't know, to be honest. I really do like the Chester Cheetah holding the Cheetos bag. I got that one a little while ago. That one's great. That one was from the Hollywood store launch. That was cool. That one's a big one. Maybe like Jeffrey the Giraffe is another cool one that I have. I don't know. There's so many different
probably not
ones.
going to make him anymore.
Well, they made the Batman one for Canada.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait, and they made the Iron Man one of that too.
That one
Expo.
was at Fan Expo. Yeah,
Okay.
it was the one year they did Fan Expo.
I gotta
Cool.
say, there's something about that Salt Girl. The Salt Girl
Yes.
one that they made, man,
Yeah.
I still haven't bought it, but I love that one. That is
That
fantastic.
was a great bolt.
Yeah, you should be able to find that. It's mainline.
It should just be anywhere. And next time I
That
see
little
it out, I'll
copper
probably
tone
get
girl with the dog pulling her.
Yes,
bottoms
pulling
down.
her
That's
down.
it. Britches.
That's what we need.
Yep. I wonder if they would actually do that with the whole tan line and
Like a
everything.
That's
Deluxe.
what's hilarious.
I know.
So Tristan, outside of Pops, do you collect anything else?
To be honest, it's not much because I do buy a lot of Funko Pops. But when it comes to it, maybe like Amiibos, I have a couple of them.
Okay.
I try to get like some of the new ones when they come out. Like I got the Golden Shovel Knight. I got the Shovel Knight 3-pack. What's some other ones that I just recently got? Oh, I got Squirtle, and I believe it was Ivysaur was the new one that just came
Ivysaur,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I also collect some Hot Wheels cars as well. Usually when it comes to Hot Wheels cars, it's like I'm getting the Mario Kart set. I'm pretty close to that one. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a DeLorean dressed up like the General Lee.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that I right once you said Hot Wheels, I only look for DeLoreans. So yeah, I'm the same way where I love collecting the Hot Wheels, but like I said, it has to be DeLorean for me.
For sure, yeah.
Nice.
But that's very cool. Now that type of collection doesn't show up very much in your YouTube channel, would it? Or
No,
is it just mainly Pops?
Well, they don't show up as much, mostly because they're much smaller than my pop collection as well. Like I might have like the new ones that I have like carded Hot Wheels cars, maybe 50 to 100, not that many. I have a lot of them from when I was a kid, but they're kind of all beat up and in the basement, just kind of down there.
Well, and I
doing
mean, and I don't mean just specifically Hot Wheels, but I mean like all of your other collections, that type of stuff wouldn't really.
Well, they do actually sometimes, like when we're in the
Okay.
stores and I'm showing, like if we're pop hunting around and then maybe I pick up like a new thing, I'll show it off there, but we won't do
Gotcha.
full videos on them as much.
That makes sense.
Gotcha. Yeah. Totally.
You're not doing a full review necessarily, but you can at least shout out to a brand that you like or
Yeah,
something
for
you
sure.
collect. Yeah, nice. So I kind of want to delve a little bit more into like what you're doing for the future. Like, is this something that you really think you want to make your career out of, or are you just trying to say, oh, you know what, I like this, but I'm going to translate this to something else moving forward?
Well, in terms of like filming and videos, I'm a big fan of that. I've kind of been like self-taught until recent because now I'm going to film school now it's Toronto Film School and then Yorkville University here in
nice.
Canada. I've kind of like teamed up to do a 2-year program where I can learn how to film, edit, create stories, do stuff like that. Actually, we just did a project where we had to take 14 minutes of a Breaking Bad episode and cut it down to a minute and a half and make your own commercial out of whatever you wanted. So I turned it into an action trailer.
That's awesome.
Where I took like every explosion possible, put it in that they gave me, and just turned it into. I don't know. I thought it was cool though. So we're learning how to do stuff like that. So it's kind of like YouTube has been a great, I guess, a way for me to make, not so much a living, but enough to, continue the channel and then use it for other stuff as well. So I don't have to get like a part-time job. But yeah, this is probably something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and now it's kind of working out. So I don't know what I'm going to do after, but I'm sure I can turn this into some sort of career after.
Oh, I definitely do. I was just wondering if you
for
had any
sure.
aspirations, or if you thought like, hey, I really want to do like actual Hollywood movies, or if I want to stick with YouTube, or whether you wanted to do other independent stuff on the side. Would you ever think about moving down to LA, the Hollywood area?
I don't know. I mean, I do like to travel down there. We were there a little while ago. We went down for, I think it was 3 or 4 days. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe it was just a weekend.
Okay.
But that was really fun. We got a lot of cool videos there. But I don't know if I'd ever travel for it unless the opportunity opened up and then maybe there was something huge. But as of right now, it seems to be just like me focusing on what I normally do, which is, go to the studio late at night and film a video every day.
Nice.
So you have a studio at your house, or?
It's actually separate. The studio is nice because I live in a smaller town, so like rent is a bit cheaper than like say like New York or LA or something like that.
California.
Yeah. So it's nice that I can kind of have a space that's, I believe it's around 800 square feet. So I can just go there. I've got one room that's just a full room full of pops. It's like wallpaper of pops all the way around.
Right.
It's nicer than having them in my room stacked 3 back, and then I can figure it all out.
Right.
See more stuff too. So that's nice.
Now, do you know the number that you're at in your collection?
Well, we just purchased about 300 figures from a store that was closing near me.
Look at his face.
Wow.
They were they were super cheap though. They were like $3 each, right? And we're gonna use them.
No,
but we also got a sponsor for that video, so it was a bit cheaper as well.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, so I have, including those, but like my main collection is probably, I want to say 1,300, but with all of those and stuff like that, it's maybe 1,700.
Wow.
For Pops.
Now, most of these go to the studio. And,
yes.
Okay. So it's not like you're
in my
living
maybe
in
50
boxes.
That's not too bad.
No. Those ones are kind of tucked away as of right now in bins because we're probably going to be. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to pan out as I'd want to, but I have a booth at Niagara Falls Comic-Con. So we're trying to do because they always sell them for like $20. So our goal was to do the cheapest booth at Comic-Con and sell those ones for super cheap. People just wanted like some commons or whatever for $5. They could get them if they wanted.
It's a good idea.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Well, and you could almost put up like a poster saying, "Hey, meet and greet with Top Pops."
If people wanted,
Exactly.
Well, hey, there's honestly, man, YouTube is the way that people are going anymore, and people, I mean, the fact that you got 200,000 people watching you on a daily basis is kind of, that's people want to meet you.
I guess, yeah.
But it's also a good way to advertise your product as well, too. It's like, hey, what is this guy? Oh, he has a YouTube show. That's kind of cool, and I like this stuff. So, yeah, it's a good opportunity both ways, I think.
Yeah.
Win-win.
And we get some good videos that way, too.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of exciting, too, to get the people like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, meetings.
This is cheap. Like, I don't have to pay like $50 for this pop or whatever, and this person over here is selling it for who knows how much. I think that'd be
that's great.
Yeah, it'd be a fun little video. Very nice.
Sure. Now, when you are making your videos, what are some of the videos that you get excited about the most? Like, when you look forward, oh, wow, I'm going to do a what's in the box today. Or, because you're doing daily videos. That's a lot of videos, man. That's tons.
Tedious.
I mean, it's tedious. And the fact that you go through the editing process with each one and all of that fun stuff. But is there just one certain type that's like really exciting? Why? What's
Trevor's laughing with the editing part.
Yeah, you said all that fun stuff. I mean,
It's fun. You enjoy it.
For some people, it is fun.
It for sure is. And I would say probably my favorite videos to film are like when we go places, especially when I can travel for a video. That's great. Or even when we do like mystery box videos, those are always fun because you never know what you're going to get inside of those. So it's fun to like open them up, see what's inside. But mainly like the ones where we get to travel, like when we go to, which is a little farther for me, but like Toronto, we'll go to Fan Expo. We'll also go to, they also have Toronto Comic-Con. We've got like Emerald City Comic-Con coming up. I'm supposed to be going there, depending on how it goes over there. But lots of places when we go to like New York and stuff like that. It's fun. Mostly. So anyways, to answer the question, it's when I get to travel for them and just, see new stuff.
Gotcha. Very cool, man. Very cool. Do you have any? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. If someone is at home and they're like, "Oh, I want to do what Top Pops is doing," what kind of way would you get started? What kind of equipment do you use? All that kind of good stuff.
Honestly, this is actually a good question because I went to Best Buy the other day to look for a light for the top of my camera, and I noticed that they have a kit now that it's almost like a setup for YouTube videos, and they're like $60, I think, something like that. It holds your phone, and then you can get like a little mini ring light for the top of it. So if you wanted to start a channel, you could do it for $60 in your phone. So as long as you've got a phone that can record, you can pretty much make the same videos. I just have a bit of a nicer camera. I don't have it with me. I was going to grab it, but I don't have it with me. I just have a bit of a nicer camera that I use because I like the quality of it, but it's really pretty much the same on your phone. So I don't know.
Makes sense.
It's wild that these phones nowadays, I mean, I can shoot
quality
4K,
is fantastic. Yeah.
4K on a cell phone. It's wild.
It's great.
But, and it's totally true. Yeah. If you've got a phone, you could start any kind of video or photography business that you want.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy how it can literally be in your pocket. Your job could be right here in your pocket, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Well, what kind of editing software and stuff would someone need if they were going to be doing this?
Honestly, for the longest time, I edited on iMovie, which was free if you've got an Apple product. But now I edit on, I personally edit on Final Cut Pro 10, and then my brother, when he edits the videos, he'll edit on Premiere Pro. So that's nice. Yeah,
I'll second the Premiere Pro. I was a Final Cut guy, die hard Final Cut from college all the way till like maybe 6 years ago, and then one day my boss was like, "Hey, we're getting rid of Final Cut and we're gonna do Adobe," and I'm like, "Oh man, not Adobe!" And then I tried Adobe out, and it was like, it's like, seeing Graceland. It's
a whole new world.
So maybe you need to look into Adobe. Well, and the cool thing with Adobe is you can do all the Final Cut presets. Anyways, that's
of course
video editing jargon.
Nerds. Just kidding. Nerds. Very nice, dude. Yeah, I think there's that was some good advice out there. So I think a lot of people, my assumption would be a lot of people that watch your videos probably want to do that kind of stuff and enjoy that. So you never know who might be watching your video and be like, "Hey, I would love to do that someday." And I think they could. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have 200,000 followers either. If you enjoy doing it and you're listening or watching us on YouTube, like, go out and do it, man. It's fun. And you never know what you might happen, who you might meet out there. So, I mean, look at us with the podcast. It is, we did it for fun and we're having fun. And we get to meet great people like Tristan and people from other companies. And do it. Grab what you can, record stuff, get out there, go to cons. Speaking of cons, though, I know that you've never been to Comic-Con. Would you ever think of going to Comic-Con since it has fun days?
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego. No, there's no other Comic-Con.
You don't even need to drop. Yeah, when you're saying Comic-Con, you have to qualify the other ones.
Yeah,
you have to say this is New York. You have to say this is Emerald City.
All right.
I've always said San Diego Comic-Con at the beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a San Diego Comic-Con kind of guy myself.
That's just for tags on Twitter and YouTube and stuff.
Where'd you go?
I have thought about it. Actually, I'm pretty sure we have press passes for it this year. I'm not sure. The only problem is it's usually what happens is because I'm kind of young, so I like to travel with my mom, which is a bit easy. I know.
I'm 34 and I still love traveling with my mom. So don't
shout out to moms.
Well, shout out mom, dad. I know you guys are listening. I love you. Wink.
She's helpful when it comes to stuff, especially when it's like me, and then maybe it's like I don't know, like in terms of like just getting everything prepared and me going, and then all I really have to worry about is making a video. But yeah, it's nice, and I don't know. It's usually when it conflicts with her work as well, because she's a teacher, so she teaches like she can't really take time off too often. So whenever she can, it's usually like one day maybe to make the weekend, then 3 days instead of 2.
Right.
So yeah, we do try our best to go. To stuff like that. We just never really thought about going to San Diego, I guess. I don't know.
July's a good time for teachers.
It is a good time.
Oh, true. I didn't even think of that. I forgot.
Oh, look at that.
Well, we might be able to go then this year. I don't know.
You got press passes. You might as well utilize them.
We should.
Or just send them my way, man.
I totally forgot it was in July.
Yeah, you can come to our panel if you go. Fingers crossed.
Right. Hopefully we get another panel.
We had a panel last year.
Yeah, we had the panel last year, so hopefully they think, oh, they did it last year, they can come back and do it again. That would be great if they could. But really, it's worth it for Funko Fun Days. I mean, that's an experience of a lifetime if you get a chance to go to that. So I would say
and everybody gets so much stuff. I mean, they just right once you walk in the door, they hand you a big bag that's already got like 10 things in it, and a proto's included. So yeah. You might as well go. It's a great time. And it's San Diego in July. It's gorgeous.
Well, true. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I totally forgot it was July. Now I look dumb.
Anyway. No excuses.
Right.
So earlier you had mentioned sponsorships. Have you been working with sponsors pretty often? Like, is this a newer thing, or have you been doing this for a little while?
Not often. I mean, what I do is I usually like sponsors will reach out to me. I try to reach out to people, and I usually don't get emails back. But usually when they reach out, it's like it's like, hey, we'd like to, put our stuff in. I mean, what's one we've gotten before? There was a movie called ZombieCon. I don't want to put any free promotions out there, but they did do a movie a while ago, and they were like, hey, we can give you a little bit for whatever. And I usually try to put all the money that I get from it, or at least most of it, back into a cool video. I think that one was we bought out the Walmart that was closing down. So they were moving the Walmart to another location, so they tried to get rid of the stock in that one. So I bought all the figures there, everything possible.
Wow.
So stuff like that. We like to do those types of videos where we kind of make them bigger and then use the sponsorships to kind of help aid the channel, I guess.
That's awesome.
That's a unique way of doing it too. I like that. Creative. Creative way of doing that.
And do you, whenever you work with a sponsor, do you try to match your unboxing or whatever you're doing to the sponsor creator in a way? Like you said, the last one was a movie called Zombie something. Did you do anything with zombies at all?
Not really, but we did have like they'll give me like almost like a script to say, and then I get to throw in my own thing about it. And then we also put in like they'll be like, oh, also add these clips if you'd like. So then we have like some of their trailer and stuff like that. So we add in what we can. And then I also try to think of, or when they reach out, I don't do like the one where it's like, hi, would you like to be sponsored by our blender company? Like, I don't do those ones.
No blenders, huh?
Yeah.
No blenders.
I'll do them if it's like close or like related to my topic at least.
You just
will it blend?
And see, yeah, will it blend? There
Will
you
it
go.
pop version. All right, the new Funkos. What do you think? Will this blend? I don't know. Seems kind of hard.
I'd be scared to put that guy in there.
Hilarious.
Well, it seems like you've got a lot of backing too with your family. I watched one of your videos of the gold hopper, making a gold hopper, and I believe that was your dad that helped you.
I'm pretty sure it was. He helped me like set up the whole thing. We put it on the line or whatever in the back. Spray painted it.
Yeah. What were their thoughts about you starting like a video, like a YouTube channel, and then watching it grow from nothing to like now where it's at?
Well, I think my mom's super proud of me when it comes to it. I mean, she's always been kind of supportive when it comes to it. Same with my dad, actually. I'll see him sometimes like just scrolling through my account looking for a random video to watch. But yeah, I mean, like at the beginning, it was kind of like, oh, sure, I'll hold the camera for you if you want or something like that. Before we were making any money, because it was literally just 2 feet over in my room, and this is pretty much where we filmed every single video till I think October this year was in here. So we've kind of kept it small, and then as it's grown slowly, I mean, it's kind of like they've kind of evolved with the channel as well. Like it started off, like I said, with just us in my room, and then they've kind of it hasn't been a quick process, I guess you could say, because we've been doing this since like 2014 or 2015 was our first video on the channel, YouTube, anyways. But yeah, so it's been like now almost 5. Well, actually, it was just over 5 years in February, so it's been a slow process. So they've kind of grown with the channel as well.
That's very cool.
And how old were you when you got started?
I might have been 14, maybe 13, 14. I think I was 14.
Oh wow!
So you can start young, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
well, and like I said, it's really cool to see parents who want to back their kids like this. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, nobody expected a show about toys to take off, which is really cool to see. So I love seeing stuff like that. I've always had backing from my parents my whole life, so I like to see other people too, the good things in the world.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. That was great. Now, have you ever thought? I know this is kind of based on another question I asked earlier, but like, have you thought about adding different types of content to your channel that maybe still related to Pops?
I mean, yes, we have.
Shake things up a bit.
I tried a series a while ago that was like this versus Funko Pops, where we would take different collectibles and then relate them to Funko Pops and then compare them and say what I like about them and what the differences are. I should do that again, actually. I might try doing that one because I have some other stuff that we could do it with. But I've never really got into it again, only because it was like people liked it, but they were like, just get back to doing the normal stuff. So people are really, when it comes to my channel, diehard when it comes to
they want what they expect.
Funko stuff.
Right.
Yeah, they always want. Now people are actually excited about the soda figures, so that's nice. I can kind of branch out that way. So it's not all Pops. So maybe we can slowly start to go that way. We did Lego for a little while. Some of those did well.
Lego would be tough.
Videos took forever to do those, especially in one day. We'd have to build them for like 14 hours trying to put the Millennium Falcon together. So that was a bit tough, but it was fun to try out, and people seem to agree with it.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah, you can create a whole little act and scene with Legos.
Yeah, you do.
Like stop motion fun.
Stop motion, I like that.
Sometimes, yeah.
You can do stop motion.
Put time into it. Actually, the first video I think I ever made with a stop motion with an original troll doll. And I was recording on tape as well, so that was really tough.
You're as old as I
yourself
am.
there.
Digital
I
stuff.
know tape. What is this tape you're referring to? I know tape.
VHS. I was recording on VHS, and I was at my grandma's house, and I was making these little troll dolls run around the house.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Alex, you know what you need to do now is get the new Funko Good Luck Trolls and do the same thing and make a new one.
Oh man.
You do.
Modernize it. You show
Yes.
an old one like side by side.
Side by side,
I
perfect.
wonder if I could find those tapes. That would be pretty interesting to
That
go
would
back
be
and.
fantastic.
I would probably get really embarrassed, but.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. So, anyways, Tristan, has anyone ever reached out to you to give you stuff early to review? I know Funko might not, but maybe other companies be like, "Hey, we see you're big on YouTube. Do you want to check us out?" And
Let me
give you
think about
early before it gets released.
I have done that a couple times, I guess. We did it. Well, actually, I have done it once with Funko. They sent me some 5-star figures to look at earlier. It was part of their Frozen thing they were doing, the Frozen Fan Fest, I think it was called. So I didn't get the pops for it, but I did get the 5-star figures, so that was fun. What's another one that reached out to me early? Oh, Dr. Pepper. That was the one. We got
the little sweets.
The little sweet early.
Really?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. They gave them to a few different people early, which is kind of nice. You got to.
Yeah, that was neat.
Did you get the full box where they had the Dr. Peppers in there with Little Sweet?
Yeah, but the Dr. Peppers crushed the little sweet pop. I mean, yeah.
No, really?
It did.
Oh.
Right. I was okay with it because I got it free. I mean, I didn't mind. I did order another one when it came out to the actual program with the sodas, so I hope that one's better. But yeah, the sodas were so heavy it slammed into the side and crushed the.
Bummer.
I
That's
didn't
so
mention it in the
depressing.
video, but I know. It was kind of like, it's whatever.
That was my fun of
there's the
week.
video, dude.
Trevor got it. Trevor got
I
it.
think
All
Little
right, good.
Sweet is awesome, and I really hope I get mine soon. I think Little Sweet is the best.
I think they were shipping out now. I think they were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I started seeing some folks started receiving them, but I always run home. Oh, I hope Little Sweet's there. It doesn't just like it, Little Sweet. I should try and order another one with my wife's phone or something like that. So one to rock, one to stock.
I know I think they said they were out of them. I think. I don't know. We did a video on it a while ago.
They send the
I think
text
they're
and
out.
it says Funko's plural, and it's really cute because they're so out of it. I'm out of my Funkos.
All my
All them Funko dolls.
So
man.
Tristan, you've been doing videos for such a long time, and I'm sure there's experiences that you've had that are probably more memorable than others. Can you tell? And maybe there's an instance with a video that you did that sticks out more than all the other ones for you.
In a good way or a bad way?
Either or, both.
Okay, well,
Both.
How about both?
okay, I'll do one good one and one bad one, I guess you could say. I think. Okay, I don't know what to. Okay, let me start with the bad one here, and I'll think of the good one while I'm saying it. There was one time where my cousin and we went to a mall. Who was in a bit of a bigger city, but close to us, and we were filming, and he was doing B-roll of me the whole time, and every single store told us we couldn't film. This has never happened to us before, but we had people come up to us every single time. And then the one guy, this wasn't even that bad. He was just kind of annoying. The one guy was in like a little movie store, but they had a couple pops. So we were just showing him off. And the guy comes up to us and he kind of hints that we look like pedophiles trying to film children. And when we're just filming the pops,
We're kids.
it was the weirdest thing ever. But the guy was like, yeah, you really shouldn't be filming children. We're like, we're not. We're just filming the figure right there. It was the weirdest thing.
That makes me think of that wrestling podcast with Zack Snyder. I can't imagine
Zack Snyder?
Crossover.
Why did I say
God, I
Zack
can't
Snyder?
wait.
Oh,
Release the Snyder cut.
You mean Zack
Come on,
Snyder?
Zack Snyder, release the Snyder cut.
Fans, I'm so sorry. Anyways, there's a wrestling podcast where they go into toy stores and they collect pops and other wrestling figures. I can't imagine a manager going up to one of them and saying, "Hey, you guys look like pedophiles. Stop
Get
it."
out.
Yeah,
you want
WWF slur. Oh wait, they don't say WWF anymore. WWE. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's WWE,
Right.
sir. It's no longer WWF. That's the World Wildlife
Man,
Federation.
That sucks that happened to you guys.
I mean, it's whatever. I still got the shot. He told us after we were done filming, so I was okay with it.
It's a better
But,
video if you could get him
Exactly.
saying that.
actually, that happened the other day too. When we were filming our 200,000 subscriber special, it's like this big long video. One guy in EB Games goes, "Hey, are you on YouTube?" And I got so excited. I'm still filming. I'm like, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "You can't film in here," and looks right at me. And I'm like, "Oh!" I quickly put the camera down.
So, okay, in a situation like that, what if I guess your brother is your cameraman, right? What if
Yeah,
your brother-
usually.
What if your brother was to just pull out his phone and just start filming on his phone? Nobody can really say much there.
I mean, that's what I'm confused about. It's literally actually, my phone has better quality than the camera sometimes if I
Yeah.
put it in 4K because my camera films in 1080. So I don't know why they even bother telling me not to film, because really they say it's corporate policy, and I guess it's something I've heard before. Maybe it's like so you don't like scout out the whole store because it's like an electronics store. But I mean,
guess
don't know.
that makes sense. But
People can walk in there though and take as many photos as they want with their phone. So I don't really
Exactly.
understand, like you said. But yeah, and it has happened a couple times, especially with the bigger cameras when we're going through and stuff like that. But I don't understand it really, to be honest.
yeah, bigger
probably 'cause of
cameras definitely
manager.
turn heads a lot quicker than if
Yeah,
you were
for sure.
filming with your phone.
Mhm.
Well, I think people
I
don't
mean,
know
sure.
too, right? You have like a store management be like, I don't think we're allowed to have video cameras in here. Sometimes they don't know, and they just take the authority too. I've seen that happen. So
Yeah, for sure.
you never know. So we thought about a good one of your favorites.
Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I think here's my favorite one that I've done. We went to the HQ, and then Sully had come downstairs, and I thought we were just gonna, walk around and talk for a little bit. But then he was like, "Well, do you want to go downstairs and look at the basement and stuff like that?" So we went down there. That was probably my favorite one. That was the most exciting because I had no clue that was going to happen. That was the same day we did the podcast. So there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened that day, but it made a really great video. So that was something that was unexpected, but probably my favorite one that we've done.
Can you imagine if you said no? You're like, oh,
I know. I'm like, no,
okay.
we're busy that day.
No, I
So.
don't want to
We're
see the
doing
cool
some, okay?
basement. I don't want to see the skee ball and the bowling and all that kind of stuff. No, you're good. You go ahead without me. Well, that's fun. So who all was on your Funcast with you when you did the podcast?
That would have been, I think it was just Sully and Ashley that day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, I believe if I'm not mistaken, Hillary and Dima were out. So I think it was just the two of them. I talked to Cameron for a while, but he seemed to be busy. So just the three
You're
of
always
us.
busy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. He's
We're
always
always
busy.
doing stuff.
Nice.
Actually, that might have been the same week that Dima and Hillary were in LA. They were
I
shooting
believe
some.
it was, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some extra stuff going on
Right.
down there.
the event, the Marty Croft event, I think probably.
That's probably what it was.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
But still, and that's a lot of fun to see all that. Was there any cool stuff that you saw down there you're allowed to talk about in the basement?
To be honest, that's kind of, I believe if I'm not mistaken, that's the place where they would bring people if they come to the HQ and they're not like, I don't know, someone that they've invited, I guess you could say. So that's
Right.
where they go. But they do have what are those machines that you see in restaurants that have like those soda ones and you can select what drink you want? They've got one of those down there.
Oh, the freestyle.
Yes, they have one of those. They've got the
Vending
bowling
machine?
alley.
No. Oh, I know what you're
Freestyle.
talking
You
about.
choose.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mix
you
the drinks
choose and then you
together.
can mix and match the drinks. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I didn't have any, but I have it. I've had it before, so that was cool. I mean, nothing too much down there. That's kind of like, secret or something like that. It's really just a cool basement that's down there with a bowling alley. I mean, how can you beat a bowling alley?
I know.
Yeah.
No, it was cool.
Love bowling alleys.
So, out of your entire collection, what would you say is probably your most prized possession out of it?
I have one figure that I mentioned, and anybody who's watched the channel for, I don't know, I'm say not even a month. I mean, you know that what this figure is, but it is one that I got from a couple years ago. I think this was back in I'd say 3 or 4 years ago. I got this one from my grandpa. I don't know. He was like, go online and pick out whatever you want. I don't care. Whatever.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, okay. He goes, as long as it's under $50, you're fine. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, cool. So I went on and I found on Gemini Collectibles, they had a damaged box and paint floss sale. And it said this was I think it was like a 9.5 out of 10 for the condition. So I was like, you know what? Let's try my luck on it. I ordered the 2011 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I think it was the 9-inch Buzz Lightyear. So we ordered that one, and it's honestly, it's just over there, and it's in pretty much mint condition. I mean, there was a little bit of eyebrow paint that's off, but other than that, it's pretty crazy how cool it is. And I think it came out to like $40, $50 shipped.
Yeah.
So I got under the
Santa
budget.
got the same thing for like $48. He always talks about it.
Yeah, it's a great figure.
Huh.
I think it's worth like $1,000 now, something like that. I would never sell it because it was a gift, but it was really cool.
Right?
Well, speaking of selling, do you ever sell any of your pops?
Well, I do sometimes, but I don't like flip them for like hundreds of dollars. What I'll do is we go to like I said, Niagara Falls Comic-Con, and we have a booth, and I'll just do like mystery bags for like, I think we did $15 mystery bags, and I made sure there was good stuff in there. Like we chocked it full of good
nice.
stuff, and then we had like,
That's-
other commons and stuff. Yeah.
That's a
Well, that's kinda
great
fun.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
then
that's different.
people
Do a lot
feel
of
like
extras
they're
and
getting
stuff when you're
something
buying out stores and all
I
that.
do. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
when it comes to that, yes.
A lot of doubles.
Yeah. And it's good to
Well,
kind of
Pop
clear out the
Twins.
shelves too, and then have new stuff in. Because I mean, I do buy, say, the entire set of, I don't know, what's an example, like the new, like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, when those ones came out. I bought pretty much all of them to do a big review on them. But then maybe I don't want the third Poe Dameron or something like that, so I'll put those
Why
ones in.
not?
This. I mean, no, I mean, I
Well,
like
Poe Dameron.
Don't
Best
get me
fighter
wrong.
in the
I love-
galaxy. I mean, the best.
Spice Runner Poe.
Come on. Yeah. That guy.
Now,
Yeah,
do
that makes
you
sense.
do you since you have been collecting and you kind of know pops, do you whenever one comes out, do you have like a feeling like, ooh, this is gonna be a big one that people are gonna like clamor for?
There have been a couple like that for sure. Well, especially when I can kind of, I kind of feel like I know when a video is going to do well. For example, what was one of them? Oh, the Toy Story 4 stuff. I kind of feel like when it has a following already, since it's the fourth movie, I feel like it's going to do well. So I try to pick up all of those characters. And we did do a review on that one. I think that one's my top 3 most viewed or something like that. We did a review on every single Toy Story 4 figure, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That one did really well. And then like sometimes like the Baby Yoda one, or well, the child. I'm excited about that one. I feel like that one could do well. What was another one? Like Post Malone was a big one. Migos was another one. I haven't even got those ones yet. I haven't been able to find them.
I'm
Nice, dude.
surprised you got a lot of views on showing off garbage, but yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
people
Post.
like that
I don't
guy.
want
Wow.
People like
Hot
that guy.
take.
at all. I watched him in an interview one time, and I was like, "People like this guy," and it drove me up the wall. So I'm sorry.
No, you like him.
None. Hey, no offense. Wait, no. You should be saying no offense. I should be saying none taken. I don't know why I said
Yes.
no offense.
I have
Okay.
a podcast for a reason. It's so I can share my opinion.
Share his hot takes
By the
all the
way,
time.
yeah, the entire line of Toy Story 4 Funko Pops review, you have almost 600,000 views on that video alone, which is amazing.
Is that in my top 3? I think it is.
That
I
is
don't know.
your top 3. That's number 3.
Sounds good.
The other
Yeah,
one
that's what I
is
thought.
$3. I swear, you could make any video online as long as you put free V-Bucks in it, you're gonna have 100,000 views.
Actually, that was a funny one. I added that later into the video because it was doing well, and then it started to kind of teeter off a bit, and I'm like, free V-Bucks, and then
Oh,
people were like,
cheated a bit.
whoa.
Nice.
Yeah. And now
I
it's
like
number
that.
2 most viewed
I
at
put it in all caps, too.
641,000.
I should get rid of that because I still get comments to this day. It didn't work. I don't get free V-Bucks. I'm like, well, I should probably cut that one out.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting comments and stuff, YouTube is pretty nasty when it comes to comments. It's probably the worst ecosystem for comments. How do you deal with that?
Well, when it comes to comments, actually, I have it so I've blacklisted a bunch of words. So when those ones come up, it just goes to a spam folder and I don't even look at it. So I know those ones kind of go away. But to be honest, the people that watch the videos aren't really that rude when it comes to stuff like that. Well, it does get kind of heated when I do mess up on pronouncing a name, or if I say something wrong, or if I've even done it. I've done it with a lot of like My Hero figures or like a lot of anime stuff in general. If I get anything wrong,
No. Right.
it's quickly to the comments for them. Like, and the worst thing is it's like I'll be pop hunting in a store. I'll be like, I'm not the biggest fan of these, but we'll show them off. And I pronounce one wrong, and everybody's like, you pronounced his name wrong, and I don't know. I'm not even buying them, and then they're like, you got it wrong. But still, it's usually when it comes to someone's fandom, that's for sure.
It's Goku, right? I don't know.
Well, how come you're not a fan of my stuff?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, why aren't you showing these pops? Why do you hate them?
True fans.
Yeah.
Top Pops fail. Hashtag Top Pops fail.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should be, sorry.
Alex.
Get it out of your
Oh.
system.
Too much fun.
Yeah, I gotta get it out now. But I mean, we see a lot of the toxic people that even show up on Twitter, even just Funko announcing little things, and people are going nuts saying
Yes.
just the weirdest stuff, just some of the weirdest bad stuff that they
Just
can
to
think
say it.
of, just to say it. It doesn't make sense
just
to me.
gotta
I don't
tune it
understand.
out, right? I just gotta tune it out. Mute those people, tune them out. Like he said, blacklist things, mute people.
That's what
It
I
makes
used to
life
do.
so much better. You tune out all that noise and garbage, and you'll never know they exist. And ignorance is
Well,
bliss.
I mean, and it seems you kind of do have to have a bit of a thick skin for
Oh yeah.
doing anything online. If you're going to be an online personality at all, it's best to have a thick skin, I would think.
I would say so. Yeah, even if you just try to ignore them, because with every one hate comment, there's usually for me anyways, 10 to 20 nice ones, right? But that's the
Right.
one that stands out, of course, is the one that's like, oh, you weren't perfect today or something like. I don't want.
Oh, you're annoying
think
doing
of
that
anything right now.
thing. Right, exactly. You can nitpick. Now you can
Yeah.
think about that. Like, oh God, do I really say that word all the time, over and over? You're good.
And then when you watch your videos,
I
Jack,
have a couple
or you start
phrases.
doing new videos, and you're like self-concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a couple of those. Oh, okay, guys, is the one that I say pretty much the beginning of every clip, and I have to cut every single one because I don't mean to.
Oh,
Shoot, I did it again.
Hey guys.
But
Hey
that's
guys.
almost every
I do,
person
yeah.
on YouTube. It's like, hey guys, check it out. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Say,
I
hey,
try to stop myself, but it comes up a lot.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think you
cool
just get
that
used to it.
you at least recognize, you try to fix it to make it better for you tomorrow's video. Or I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that you do one every day still blows my mind. That is a lot of work.
It has been, but it's paid off for sure. I mean, with hitting 200,000, I guess that's a huge. And I don't think that would have happened unless we did a video every day.
Mhm.
I
Right.
feel like doing one, getting the content out there really helps to expand your brand.
Oh, it does.
Now, at what point does YouTube send like the plaque? I know that
Good question.
YouTubers get
yeah. Good question.
Excellent question.
Which one? Let's see when I got. I got one at 100,000 was the first one I got.
Okay.
And that's also when you can apply for verification too, in case anybody's wondering. Some people don't know that, but once you hit 100,000, you can get verified. But usually they'll be like, you have to reach out to them. They don't reach out to you about that. That's when you got to kind of work at. I don't know why they do it. It's mostly for like people who are like being, impersonated or whatever. But I somehow snuck my way in there and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to.
Nice.
Anyways, so there's that one. So there's, anyway, I'm getting off topic. It's 100,000. There's 1 million, 10 million. And then I know like PewDiePie and some other channels have gotten it at 50 million. And then there's also 100 million as well.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Oh
100
man.
million.
There's only 2 channels with 100 million.
Yeah. PewDiePie and then the one out in like India or something like that.
It's like the
Oh,
Indian
the guy's
Vivo.
building
It's T-Series.
or whatever. Oh,
Yeah, T-Series. Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
Mr. Beast always talks about them, so
Yeah.
I think Mr. Beast is another one of those guys that's way up there in the
He just hit 31 million, I think. I could see him getting up there to the 100 million. I could see that one.
easily.
Oh, yeah.
I think one day I think he'll probably, I mean, his content is a little bit better than like, at least I think so, PewDiePie's. I think PewDiePie is kind of, for me, done.
I like his stuff. I
Still
think
don't know.
he's got a great personality, but I think Mr. Beast does appeal to more audiences for sure.
Right. Well, and yeah, to older audience too. I mean, like the one where he spent $34,000 on scratch off tickets. Like
Yes.
to me, I'm sitting there going, that's interesting. I want to see how much he could possibly win out of $34,000. I think he ended up with $15,000 that he won.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, something like that.
not much.
Yeah, so he ended up losing money, but that opened my eyes to, scratch offs are
Rip-offs.
I always knew they were a sham, but now I really know.
Yeah, it's interesting
Yeah.
to see it put to the test too. That's
I
for
have
sure.
someone to prove it to me.
Exactly. But wow, we've been going on for a while here, so I hope we don't want to keep you up too late here, sir.
No, it's all good.
But no, thank you for
Thank you.
joining us here. But I think what we should do is do a giveaway. What do you guys think? Should we do a giveaway for our followers?
Giveaway?
Now, what I think we should do is we should start, since Tristan here is a big time YouTuber, we should do this giveaway on YouTube. And I think that I'm going to give away some ad icon pops to someone who will. I think what we should do is have someone comment and subscribe in this video. So both to us and to Top Pops.
Thank you.
And we'll put in the description in the comments. You have to write just I guess one word, Top Pops. Be a good code word to put in.
Sure.
You know what, Prague?
What?
I'll throw in an ad icon as well.
Oh, there you go. It's good. It's going up and up,
actually,
guys.
I'll do one of my Hollywood exclusive ones.
Ooh, getting fancy here.
Well, which one? Well, which one is the question?
Maybe part of it will be a mystery.
I dig
You'll have
that.
to find out more information on Wednesday, where we're having our 1-year anniversary special live edition at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. It's our super spectacular where we're going to bring on a bunch of our former guests that we've had over the past year and celebrate how awesome we are for like an hour. I mean, what's not to like?
And Tristan from Top Pops might even make an appearance as well.
Perhaps.
Very cool.
But it will be live
thank
and
you
it'll be a lot of fun.
for doing this with us. This was a lot of fun, and honestly, it was very informative.
Thank you. No, I enjoyed coming on. It was great.
Yeah, it was fun unboxing too. That was a lot of fun. I should do that more often, maybe on every episode.
Not bad.
Start my own channel. Prog Pops. I don't know.
It's not a bad name.
So I think that's everything for episode 54. To everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next time.
Prog out.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
I don't have a clickbait of the week.
Sorry, guys.
Just say, hey, no clickbait of the week this week. I'll have a good one for Wednesday at our 1-year anniversary, March 4th, Wednesday, 7:30. Check us out. That's your clickbait of the week. Bye. Okay, I stopped.
All right, you can stop.
Man, that was a good